Hey, what's up, troopers? Welcome back to a new installment of Toytrooper. Today we'll be looking at the new Star Wars Mythos Lomrokk, Jabba's Gamorrean Executioner polystone statue from Sideshow Collectibles. So, like I did with the other Kenobi Mythos statue, I'm gonna be assembling the statue in front of you so that you kind of have an idea how to put one together. The first little piece I want to first point out is the lithograph. It has the artwork that was inspired for the statue itself. It has this like cool little coloring to it. It's kind of like a matte print, so it's not like glossy or anything. On the opposite side, it's a certificate of authenticity from Sideshow that the statue is a legit product from them. I kind of wish that the lithograph and the authenticity certificate was two separate things, so I could frame this thing and then keep the certificates separate. But then it's not too bad, so I think this thing will go inside a frame. So the first piece of this statue is the base. If you look at it, it has these cool like sculpted rocks on it. It's kind of like a color like an adobe red, and it has this like really mossy green paint to it. It has a nice texture to it, so Sideshow did a pretty good job with this theme base. And then if you check out here, there's this huge groove where one of the foot will go. The bottom has the logo for the Star Wars Mythos and the statue name, and it's all numbered. I got 200 out of 750. So as you can see, Sideshow did not make many of these. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this down first. The first piece you want to put on the base is this. It's this beautifully sculpted Tauntaun skull. Lomrokk in the Star Wars universe is known to carry a battle axe with a Tauntaun skull on it. This skull is amazing because it actually looks like a real skull. If you check out the jaw right here, it's a lighter shade than the top of the head, and then the horns have this beautiful paint on it. They have this like weird weathering to it, so it kind of looks like it's dirty. It kind of looks like almost like a fossil kind of. It's not cheaply made. It's obvious that Sideshow put a lot of time into sculpting it. And if you see right here, there's a little metal peg. So what you do is to attach it, you line it up to one of the smaller holes on the base, and you just slide it down very gently. So there you go. The second item you want to put on is Lomrokk's battle axe or executioner's axe. There's this bladed part is kind of is beautifully crafted. There's all these like distress marks and chips in it, and then the paint has this weathering to it, plus has this nice like rusty patina to it. So it's very medieval. But if you check out the staff itself, it has this cool like mechanical steampunk look to it. And this is the end right here. So this piece has this metal peg on it as well. Lomrokk has this axe attached to the Tauntaun skull. So if you check out the top of the Tauntaun skull right here, there's a little hole, and you just line it up and you just gently push down. Oh, if you get this right out of the box, the hole might have some paint in it, so you're gonna have to just patiently try to tuck the peg into it. And there you go. The next part we'll be putting down is this massive body. The legs and the arms and everything is already pre-attached to it, so it's just one huge piece. The reason you want to put the skull and the axe on first is because the tip of the axe has to go underneath his palm, and if you put this body on first, then it's impossible to get these two connected pieces under it, plus get the peg into the base. So what you do is, as you saw on the base before, there's this groove that matches the base and has this huge like metal peg. You just carefully line it up and just don't drop it. You just kind of have to guide the handle of the axe down so that it fits underneath his palm. And you can move the axe a little bit, and there you go. So the last piece of this statue is Lomrokk's head right here. Unlike the other pieces, this doesn't have like a metal peg on the bottom. It has this huge like square peg with a unique shape to it. I think there's a piece of metal or a magnet in here, and the top right here has a matching hole right here that has a piece of metal or a magnet piece in there. So what you do is you pretty much take this up to it, line up the peg and the hole, and you just kind of gently put it down, and then the magnet kind of pulls it and keeps it in place. And there you go. So here he is, guys, Lomrokk fully assembled, and as you can see, this thing is badass. The Lomrokk is based off of the 1/5 scale, so that this thing stands at 19 inches tall. And because he's fully polystone and he's so big, he actually weighs in about 14 pounds fully assembled. Um, a lot of people do not know Lomrokk, but he's not the Gamorrean guard from Return of the Jedi. Lomrokk was actually Jabba's chief executioner before he got the Rancor. So he was pretty much tasked to like go kill bounty hunters that owe Jabba money and stuff. He was actually also a much bigger and more intelligent Gamorrean than the average Gamorrean, like the Gamorrean guard. So his stature was much taller. If you check out his physique, he kind of reminds me of like a cross between a pig and the Hulk. Even if you just check it out from the back, just the way his broad shoulders kind of come out and stuff, he kind of looks like Hulk from World War Hulk. So that's pretty awesome. One cool aspect of this statue has to be the paint application. If you check out his torso and his elbow and his legs, it's not a flat green. There's a lot of beautiful subtle paints in there. There's a little bit of dark shading, and it really showcases the muscle definition of Lomrokk. And then this like yellow points highlights around the statue is just beautifully done. It's not done in clumps. It's just really subtle how it just blends in with the rest of the statue. And if Sideshow did not show this like level of skill, then this statue could have just looked like a big, green lump. But then it's just beautiful how they put that together. And also like the way they sculpted these little accessories, like the little skull and the bones, and this beautiful belt. This belt is sculpted onto the statue, but it has this like really crushed leather look. It's weathered down. It looks like it's old. And then there you have this like fur cloth right here. Every little groove is sculpted, and then it's not just painted brown and simply. There's a lot of shading in here, a little bit of dark brown. There's seems to be a little bit of like a tan in there too. This sash has like a lot of like black highlights in it to kind of accentuate the depth and adds a little bit more texture to it. And just the way they sculpted the anatomy and the muscles and stuff on this is just top notch. There's so many different textures in here, from the leather to the fur to the metal, to this like a weather look and the bone. Sideshow went above and beyond on this piece. So here's a close-up of Lomrock's face and his arms. Sideshow didn't, as I mentioned before, did an amazing job with the paint. Just like the small stuff, like his fingernails, there's this glossy paint finish to the fingernails and has like this yellow tint to it, but has this dark highlighting in it, so it looks really dirty and everything. But then the rest of the skin is like very flat and matted. And then you go down to his gauntlet right here. It just has a shiny look to it, but then the metal is like weathered down and it has this like very clean patina to it. The thing that I'm most impressed with has to be the face, because they utilize so many different types of textures to it. Like just the horns right here is very similar to the tauntaun head, and then you have this metal spikes and the part of his helmet, I suppose you could say. It's metal and has this like rust and weathering. But then you get down to his face, it's very flat. But then you get down to the nose area, it has this gloss yellow look to it. So it kind of looks like he's like drooling from his mouth and his nose is running. So it's really disgusting looking, but it's these small little details that really, makes the figure pop. And then on top of the metal, you got this awesome like leather look to it. Has like a distress mark, and the painting is beautiful too. So you kind of think it's real, but then it's just all polystone right here. Just a quick turnaround. One other cool thing that Sideshow included with the statue that I didn't show you yet is this secondary head, and as you can see, it's pretty much him with his mouth open. I'm not sure if this is him being pissed off or if he's like yawning or he's hungry or something. So as we showed you before, you just carefully pop this head off, and then you just line it up with the peg, and there you go. And as you can see, this head is much better than the other one. It adds a little bit of personality to it. He kind of reminds me of a hippo. His jaw's open, then you got his tongue in here. And even the inside of his mouth is like not just one base color. There's a lot of bit of shading in there. And I love the teeth. It just looks like he has all this like plaque buildup in there and everything. And you know, the top of his teeth, I mean, good God, this guy's probably like smoking like a carton a day or something. So you got that beautiful glossy like snot, you know, slobber look. And then his eyes are kind of deep inside his brow line right here, so that it kind of looks really black, so you're not really sure what he's thinking and everything. So I think of the two heads, this snarling Lomrokk head is the best of the two. So the big question is the Gamorrean Executioner worth buying? And the answer is a big yes. I love the attention to detail that Sideshow applied to this figure. Just the paint quality and the application, and the sculpt is just top notch. I mean, I haven't seen statues like this being produced by anybody for a very long time. I mean, I love Sideshow's premium format statues, but their Mythos line is just at a different level. And starting from the Darth Maul to the Kenobi and now this, I'm just like looking forward to what Boba Fett and Darth Vader is gonna be like. And I hope that with the success of this line, that Sideshow decides to go past Vader and produce more statues, because this is some incredible stuff, and I'm gonna be very sad if this is just a limited collection that they're releasing. The Executioner is priced at $325 and limited to 700 pieces, so it is a bit expensive, but I think you're getting your money's worth with this statue. There's just nothing to be disappointed about this. I mean, this guy is a boss. I mean, just look at how he's standing with that huge axe. So I think this is probably my favorite purchase this year. And Kenobi is probably the second best, and so I'm just very excited, and I cannot wait for the next Mythos release from Sideshow. So if you have the money and you love this green pig dude, then go out and get him. As you may know, there's just a small limited amount of these, so get it as soon as you can, because these will go up in value. I guarantee it. So thanks for watching my review. If you have any comments, leave it with the video. I'll try to go ahead and answer those. And until my next review, you could follow me on Twitter at Toytrooper. So until then, keep collecting, guys. Take care.